All right, I'm going to yield the floor to Poppy. She's going to take it away from here. Pop.
Hey guys, so what I'm most excited about with the new expansion is that we're now gonna have player-driven, persistent environmental changes. So, in a way, the players will now be the artists.
It's kind of a strange thing to say to the art team, isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, because we're still gonna need art, obviously. We're gonna need heaps of art. Most importantly, we're gonna need you to design the building materials. So I'm thinking bricks, I'm thinking cement, I'm thinking cork.
You want us to draw a caulk?
Yes, cork, draw whatever I say. Guy, what's your name again?
His name's Phil.
Right, I can't keep track of every middle-aged white dude this place burns through.
I've worked here for 10 years.
This is going great, Pop.
Just draw what I said, okay? Draw the stuff and the building stuff and whatever. I want to see it by tomorrow, Phil.
You know, it's a sign of a successful podcast when you take a week off and no one really notices or says anything because they trust that your genius will be back soon.
They have that much belief and faith in us.
They believe so hard.
They're
Yes.
hardening their beliefs.
Yeah. So, TV10 podcast episode 0375.
That's right. 375 episodes that some people are going, meh, or why not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And this week, brought to you by Outlaw Distillery. Something new here, something new and weird. What is this called again?
That it would be the vanilla bean rum that you are tasting right there, my good sir.
So, okay, when you pop the cork and sniff the booze within, it doesn't smell very vanilla-y.
You don't notice it.
But when you pour it in the drink here, I got it with some Coca-Cola. Yeah, there's the vanilla. Yep, there it is.
That's a vanilla surprise.
So, yeah, we're drinking vanilla extract and talking TV at you.
That's right. It's me, Tommy Milagro.
And me, Bill Frost. And, the episode 2 weeks ago with Melissa Merlot was so hot.
Yeah.
That we needed a week to cool off.
We couldn't top the joy that was Sharklahoma.
No, not at all, no. And she did tweet at us that Dragon will be at
at the Skinwalker or no Phenomicon. That's it.
Yeah, of the Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
So more people famous for doing pretty much nothing but running around and looking for aliens or whatever is supposed to be down there at Skinwalker Ranch.
Something's happening down there. It's all a dark conspiracy.
Yeah. So they ended the second season on a note. It's like, oh, we're really looking forward to doing some more exploration. So I'm guessing there will be a third season of that show, and them finding nothing over the course of 10 episodes per season. It'll be great.
So
I can't wait.
They stick to a formula. So good for them.
Yeah, it's a good formula. You don't find anything.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I was watching the Pluto TV. Like I do, even though I have access to all of these streaming apps, I just find myself coming back to Pluto TV. What couple of things I stumbled across today.
Yeah.
One was the on the Showtime, I think it's called Showtime Select channel, where they run random episodes of various Showtime series from the past and the present.
Yep.
Relived the very first episode of Dexter from way back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still holds up.
Yeah, I think so. Only watched the first episode, though. Julie Benz in there, still alive. Rita, not dead yet. Spoiler.
Whoops.
Deb, not dead yet. Spoiler. Pretty much everybody in the first episode, except for Dexter, dead.
There's going to be somebody stumbling upon this 20 years from now, and they're going, it's too soon!
It's too soon.
I haven't binged it!
Yeah,
it's going to be that asshole.
That's what I noticed in the first episode of Dexter. It's like everybody but Dexter eventually, maybe not in the first season, but eventually before the 8-season run was up, ended up dead. There was good old Dokes, motherfucker. Yeah.
What's going on here? That guy is real creepy as fuck.
Yeah, so there was that. So I watched the first episode of Dexter, and they're running all these trailers for the upcoming reboot,
which we have talked about.
I believe Deb is coming back in some form.
Okay.
I believe in imaginary form or otherwise. I don't know if Dad's coming back.
That's going to be a little tricky, but let's just say Deb's coming back as historic passenger.
But also, John Lithgow is also coming back.
That one
Yeah.
I am looking forward to.
And also on Pluto TV, I found a channel down in the sports section called I think it's just called the Pro Wrestling Channel.
Oh, yeah, I have that already.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that one, but I saw the Impact one there before, but I saw a few episodes of good old Glow, old school, original Glow.
And sometimes they showcase some episodes of PCW Ultra from back in the day.
Okay.
And I just go, oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
The Glow episode I saw was particularly chaotic, as in they had the big Russian character taking on the cheerleader. I can't remember either of their names, but people, wrestlers, they were being thrown into the audience
Yep.
who looked unprepared to have a giant, sweaty Russian gal tossed towards them.
Let's clarify, because some people are thinking Netflix. They're thinking Alison Breeze, Zoya the Destroyer. No, it's not that.
This is the original Glow from the 80s.
Yeah.
And the video quality is as good as you would expect from the 80s, and the overall production value. And these interstitials where they try to rap are especially hysterical.
Just twist the tracker knob, and that'll help get it in sync.
Yeah. Twist the tracker knob, or take it out and blow on the tape. That'll fix it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So check out the Pro Wrestling Channel on Pluto TV. There's they keep adding new channels all the time. I think Pluto is going to rule the world because it's free, but you got to watch ads. But everybody's got we're tired of paying for subscriptions, so therefore let's just do the free thing, and it throws random shit at me. I don't have to think. There it is. Go.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
And because Netflix will not see a dime from me. You know what you did? Bring back Glow.
Yeah, Netflix isn't directly seeing a dime from me.
Yeah, it feels
They're
so
seeing a
wonderful.
dime from somebody else.
Not that we would ever.
Not we would ever share passwords.
We
Netflix.
would never do that here
No.
at TV Tan Podcast.
No.
We're just performance artists, Your Honor.
We don't want the Al Gore rhythms coming down upon us.
Oh, wow. We really reached that far back?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
And,
Hold on. I hear a whale needs help.
Yeah, it's a very slow week for new TV shows. Only got a handful here.
Okay.
But they're interesting anyway. One of them coming up on Thursday on HBO Max, F-Boy Island.
Yeah, this is from, what's her bucket? Nikki Glaser?
Nikki Glaser,
Glaser.
comedian. Yeah, who's enjoying quite the career boom within the last year or so. She is the host of F-Boy Island. It's yet another dating show on an island, but 3 women and 24 men. 12 of them are allegedly, sincerely doink doink looking for love. The other 12 are just D-bags there looking for a payday. And so they have to figure out who is who amongst the group.
Do we listen for the siren call of, yeah, buddy?
Yeah, buddy.
Is that the one?
Maybe, yeah. So mostly it's hosted by Nikki Glaser, so that's the reason to tune in.
Now, I've heard reasons not to tune in because of the title alone, and Nikki Glaser could do better, and I'm going, have you listened to her comedy recently?
Ah, come on, Nikki's good.
Yeah, I don't know what the complaint is, and this feels serviceable.
Yeah, it's a payday. She's getting that HBO money.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, we need that HBO money.
Yeah, we could definitely use that. On the other side of the spectrum, also on HBO Max on Thursday the 29th, Jellystone with an exclamation point. This is a reimagining of the Yogi-verse, if you will. Yogi and Boo Boo and Cindy and all the gang are back, but this is a different style of animation. It's also a different style of presentation. It feels very they've Nickelodeon the shit out of this. It's very fast and wacky.
I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a questionable thing.
I think it might be a good thing.
Okay.
They're taking the old Hanna-Barbera characters, like who else is coming back? Mentioned Cindy and Boo Boo. Magilla Gorilla
Ooh.
has a clothing store.
Wait, what?
For all your bow tie and hat needs. Jabberjaw works there.
Of course he does.
Of course he does there, yeah. And who was another one here? And I've already lost it, but yeah, most of the characters you're familiar with are there, and yeah, it's a different style of animation. Huckleberry Hound, I believe, is the town's mayor, the mayor of Jellystone. Yeah.
Now, I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, I've seen this show before, except it was called Harvey Birdman.
A little bit.
So how does the wordplay work along?
It's not quite as arch as Harvey Birdman. It's a little more sincere.
Oh.
But the animation style will throw you if you're familiar with the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, because it's a little different.
Okay.
But that's on HBO Max on Thursday. Also on Thursday, they're bringing back Behind the Music on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wait a minute, this sounds interesting. Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the music, the actually showing of music on VH1 and MTV is, that's gone by the wayside. Mm-hmm. But now on Paramount Plus, that's where they're rebooting all previous Paramount properties.
Yeah.
Say that fast.
No.
And just because they have the rights to them, it's like, oh yeah, let's crank out some shit and put it on Paramount Plus.
Who's hosting this?
The show never really had a host. It's
Really?
it's just documentary style. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I know where
it's not the True Hollywood Story. That's a different thing.
Yeah, I know where I got confused because VH1 back in the day they had like their top 10 list, but
yeah.
They would either have the one chick with the curls or they had Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the chick. I just remember the curls.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
But I'm thinking behind the music and you don't have Chris Jericho, you need to get Le Champion.
No, you got him for Dark Side of the Ring.
That's true, but he can also do this as well. He can get that Paramount
I
money.
suppose so. Yeah. Also on Friday on Netflix, season 2 of Outer Banks. I don't know. You're probably not familiar with this at all.
No.
It's on Netflix for one thing, so you're not paying for that nonsense.
Nope.
It's basically a pretty teen soap opera. I've seen it described, and I kind of agree with this. It looks like the OC meets Ozark.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, there was a show like that. It was called One Tree Hill.
Well, yeah, maybe One Tree Hill meets Ozark. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pretty teens with problems and weirdness ensues, and a lot of people are way into this show.
Okay.
Or a lot of people are maybe too into this show.
When you say weirdness ensues, on a scale of 1 to Riverdale, where does it fall?
Okay, not quite Riverdale weirdness, but there's some fuckery and foul play about.
Okay.
With pretty teens staring lustily into the sunset.
So no Montreal Mafia involved?
No maple syrup trade or anything like that.
Jeez.
As far as I know, anyway. Also,
Missed the bus.
Also premiering on Friday on Prime Video, The Pursuit of Love. It's a BBC adaptation of the 1945 novel of the same name. This takes place in the years between World War I and World War II, and good old Englandia there. Mm-hmm. And basically, this is the directorial debut from Emily Mortimer. Do you remember her from The Newsroom?
Oh, that's where I recognize the name.
Yeah. So this is a period piece, but it's in the 40s, and it's about also in you have Lily James, Dominic West, Dolly Wells, who was from Doll and M, and Andrew Scott. And this is a period piece, a romantic period piece, but it has modern music like from Le Tigre and Brian Ferry and Cat Power. So you got kind of a mashup there.
Yeah.
It looks interesting, but I don't know.
But it's all about love.
I know.
Why do we want that?
We had a perfectly good thing going there, then I had to throw love in here. And that's all that's premiering that's new this week. I would once again implore you to check out The White Lotus on HBO and HBO Max. This is from Mike White. It's about a group of people who are at a resort, and it's very Mike White-ish, if you're familiar with that. If you remember Enlightened from back in the day with Laura Dern.
Yeah. I'm going to make a recommendation. Mostly, you and I have Jorbs.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
And we have those.
Ostensibly, yes.
Yes, and sadly, on the Slack chat, or worse, the Microsoft Teams.
Oh God. Oh, are you being forced to use that shit?
Afraid so.
I'm so sorry.
And it's worse than that. Sometimes they get into what we're binging, and
Oh,
there's
good. Okay, this always goes well.
right, followed by I
Do they
saw
know you're a semi-professional?
they're kind of pretty aware that I am just a professional. But there was this day that somebody said, "Don't tell me what happens on Friends." I'm still binging that.
What?
Yeah. And they
Okay.
weren't joking. And I'm like, you are aware it's in syndication.
It's in syndication. It's on cable. It's everywhere.
So I thought,
And so I'm guessing they're watching it on HBO Max.
yes, which segues to this part.
All right.
I want to do my part to help our listeners and you 12 listeners. Sorry, 10 listeners.
I hear there's even some in Utah County.
The fuck?
Hello, Peter. Yes.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't wish death on Utah County now. Moving along. You saved Utah County. I will say we need to help the people binge good TV. And I saw this on HBO Max. Jet.
Oh, yeah. It finally made the move over from Cinemax.
Yes.
The Carla Gugino action crime thriller from a couple of years ago.
And it still holds up.
It's still good. It's 10 episodes of goodness. Carla Gugino, she plays Jet.
Jet Kowalski.
Yeah, she's
That's the best.
she's an assassin of sorts.
Well, no. She's a thief slash.
She's a thief. I'm getting my shows mixed up.
No, that's all right.
It's been a minute since I've seen it. But yeah, shows like Jet and the other one, the martial arts series.
Warrior.
Yes, both of those got carried over from Cinemax to HBO Max, and recommend both of them.
Yeah.
Really good.
Those are the two shows you should be binging hard right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's only, well, in Jet's case, it's only one season.
And probably no more. I don't think that show's coming back for another season.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. No.
That first season was 2 years ago, and no word if there's another season
There
coming.
was a pandemic, all right?
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm going to hold out hope for this. Mm-hmm. Don't do this to me, Carla.
Cool. Yeah.
Moving along. That's what I would say. Binge the fuck harder.
Yeah. Also on Apple TV Plus, you have Physical with Rose Byrne. Very good, very dark. The new season of Ted Lasso started with Jason Sudeikis. Fucking great shit. Believe the hype. It's really is that good. And also something we haven't mentioned for a while. I've been making my way through the second season. Mythic Quest.
Oh, yeah.
Very fucking funny.
That's on my list now.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's perfect. Great. Guys, no notes whatsoever. Well, if you have no notes, if you give us some notes, we can... no, we'll fix it. If we get it wrong, we'll fix it. Go, well, if you just give us some notes now, we don't have to fix it. No, you guys are good. You guys are the best. That is Derek Waters as the beleaguered art director for this video game company.
oh, jeez. I don't know if I want to watch this because I got a feeling this is going to be too real, man.
A little too real for the tech world, as I think both of us here in the TV10 studio are aware that the tech world is...
The tech bros.
The tech bros, it can be a world of fuckery.
The best way I can explain it is this. Don't ask how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Definitely don't look at the sausage boys.
Silicon Valley was a good indicator, a good gateway into this world. Mythic Quest takes you all the way in, and it's just a lot of fuckery.
There's a little bit of cringe. Let's be honest.
Whole lot of cringe, actually.
Yeah. But I will say, and on Ted Lasso, because I talked about it on the Morning Zoo once upon a time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. About...
Was I there?
Nope, not this time. And
I probably wasn't listening, because I really only listen when I'm on.
And I listened just because I heard there was a poll of, hey, what shows are you watching? Are there too many shows? And I'm going, well, yeah, TV Tam Podcast has said, there's too many shows.
And how did the poll go?
About what you expect. There's too many shows. Well,
But-
no kidding.
What did anybody indicate what they were watching? Was it all just The Bachelor?
Pretty much.
Oh, good.
Or it was either some good or it's too hard to find it because it's on an app And I'm of the opinion that we're Team Sudeikis, so therefore, Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, of course.
Ted
yes.
Lasso all the way.
Yeah, if you've purchased an Apple product within the last year or so, you probably already have access to Apple TV Plus and you don't even know it.
And you can watch it for free before you say, fuck this noise, I'm not renewing it.
True, yeah. But more so than when it launched about a year and a half or so ago, Apple TV Plus is getting to the point where it might be worth paying for. Between those three shows we just mentioned, and there's other ones like For All Mankind, it's a good sci-fi show, The Morning Show, that's not for everybody.
No.
But
Even though it's got the star wattage of Jennifer Aniston and
Reese Witherspoon and
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell, yeah, and a whole, other people too.
Which you would think.
The
how
first
did this fail?
season pretty hit and miss, even though it did win some awards. I don't know if I can wholeheartedly recommend it, but there's some other good shit on Apple TV Plus. You should check it out.
And I was reading this somewhere the other day, and I forget where, but the whole idea behind Apple Plus is that it could be used with their little device. What's it called? It's an Apple.
I don't know. You're the Apple guy here, not me.
Look, I haven't talked to my Apple overlords in a while. Tim
been
Cook
to-
hasn't shoveled money.
Haven't been to the Genius Bar recently.
No, I have been having the Genius Juice.
I'm the Android guy over here. You're supposed to be up on all Apple products.
I'm working my way through it. We're just performance artists, Your Honor.
They still make those iMacs with the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
but-
big cubes. They still make those.
Yes, that's what they're doing.
Cool.
But the story was that most people like myself don't have access to all the Apple products because it's kind of pricey as fuck. So,
You don't say.
yeah, hard to believe. But then there's talk about making the move towards Roku. And if you have like the remote controls like I do, where you'd have those quick buttons for like Hulu or Netflix or whatever.
Oh, they where they buy space on the remote.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that might be something worth investing there.
They should do it. They got the money.
Or you could just invest in Roku because Roku is the way to go. I'm Team Roku at this point.
As am I, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I will say a close runner-up, the Chromecast with Google TV is really good, too.
If you don't mind your data being mined.
Yeah, well, you know.
Data mined and feeling
So you say,
fine.
are you telling me you live a Google-free life? Are you binging it?
No.
Binging it?
I,
Da, da, da.
worse.
Binging it?
where sometimes I Norton search.
Really? Okay. Doing some DuckDuckGo in there?
Yeah, afraid so. Ugh.
Is that how you get to Gab?
That's how I get the gab some days.
Okay.
That's how it happens.
Is that how you get to Clubhouse?
Worse. I want out. But yeah, that's the things I've heard of late with
Well, it's,
how you watch TV.
It's true because I've reviewed all of these things at CableTV.com.
And you can get access to that on how? What's your platform? It's like
The internet?
but like your specific interweb, Bill Frost TV.
You can get there, yeah, through BillFrost.tv.
That's it. Okay.
My beat is streaming TV services and devices and various other internet-related things.
Yeah.
So if you want to know everything about, like, say, Paramount Plus, it'll take me a minute to remember everything I learned about Paramount Plus when I reviewed it, but I can tell you.
And what you remember right now is the horror, or
No, Paramount Plus isn't there. Basically, it comes down to this: the three streamers that are going to survive the wars, the streaming wars. We're getting into some deep weeds here, but it's all right. Are Disney Plus?
yes,
Oh God, what were they? They were Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Netflix.
not Hulu.
Those are the top three. No, Hulu is like as far as popularity and just being in the forefront of the minds. Hulu is way down the list. Believe it or not, even with all the shit that Hulu's got going on, it's way down the list.
Now here's the other question: what about Prime Video? What about
Prime Video is almost. It's like number 4. It's creeping up right on the top 3, mostly because it has so much money behind it and it has so much content, and it's really easy to get because you got your Prime Video membership. You're already sucked into the shopping zombie life. You might as well get this too.
would it be fair to say they would have cracked the top 3 if, they hadn't blown it on space?
Yeah, maybe if they'd saved some of that money and made another season of Loudermilk, I would have been fine with that.
See?
It would have been a fraction of that launch.
So basically, we just got to cut Bezos out and get us more Loudermilk.
Yeah, I would like that.
I think that's the way we should do it. We should do a petition because that always works well.
Yeah, let's go to change.org and set that shit up.
Yeah.
Anyway, just so you know, for the future, there will be 3. There will be Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Netflix.
So
All others will fall by the wayside.
start spending on that right now.
Sure.
Just put your money in those shares.
Yeah, you can also get this podcast on Amazon Prime Podcasts.
We just buried our benefactor, didn't we?
No, we got plenty of other outlets.
Okay, then I don't feel so bad. Fuck 'em.
Speaking of outlets, you know what time it is?
Well, I think it's that time to hit the music.
And sponsor Tommy Milagro. Go, team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you the sport of professional wrestling. And it is going to be a metric fuck ton of sports for me for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
We should mention last week when we were gone and you didn't notice it, Tommy was feverishly covering Money in the Bank. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I covered that, and the big highlights are that Nikki Cross, who now goes as Nikki ASH,
Which stands for what?
Nikki as a superhero,
I knew it was going to be something that dumb.
and I've seen this type
So
of
basically, she has a different costume
Yeah.
and she wears a mask.
Yeah.
But we still know who it is, right?
And I watched this character and I'm going, what in the name of Mighty Molly?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have seen that character before in Mighty Molly Holly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
deep cut, folks.
Yeah, it's very deep cut.
But she earned a chance at the Money in the Bank and cashed it in and earned the Raw Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair.
Against Charlotte Flair.
Against Charlotte Flair.
I'm
Now,
having a hard time picturing that. I must have missed that one.
which that's kind of the thing that kills me because that same night, Rhea Ripley, the then champion, fought a classic match with Charlotte Flair for Flair to win with the figure 4/figure 8 leg lock. And
Okay. So Charlotte Flair, who can basically kill the Terminator that is Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And yet loses to Nikki Ash.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. It's all checks out.
And this is where we would get into some serious deep weeds if we're going to be honest here. But let's move on to the other things that had happened. On the men's side, it was Big E who earned the Money in the Bank briefcase. I would love to say I saw the entire thing, but the feed for Peacock started to glitch out on me.
Oh, more great news for Peacock.
This was covered by my editor, John Powell, at slamwrestling.net that I write for. But thankfully, I got an MBA.
Okay, here we go.
I had to prep you up there, sir.
Peacock. Yeah, not they got some cool stuff on there, but not a very stable platform.
Which
Again, I've reviewed Peacock also.
kills me because aren't they the ones that have been showing the Super Bowl of late?
No, the Olympics.
Oh, that's right.
They're not the only place you can see Olympic stuff, but that they're carrying a lot of it. Yes,
And has that been glitching out on them of late?
I have
or-
not heard anything about that. Maybe no one's watching the Olympics.
Because-
I would guarantee more people watch Money in the Bank than are watching the Olympics.
Which is making me realize we're getting too close to real sports.
Yeah, let's
here.
get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, but the big point is that John Cena came back, and he's going to be involved in a matchup down the road with Roman Reigns, probably around SummerSlam, and the cynic in me is going, really? Is that about the time that he's going to be plugging Suicide Squad? I think so, sir.
Yeah, there is a what is the show he co-hosts?
Oh, Wipeout.
Yeah,
On TBS.
They're doing a Suicide Squad themed episode coming up very soon.
Of course they are.
Yeah, with
So-
Cena. Yeah.
Yeah, I expect that to be in the cards for a while. Meanwhile, the other night, I got to remember my time zones.
Where you been?
I was at home watching Major League Wrestling return back for a new season and Battle Riot 3. And as we were talking about in the green room before we entered the Outlaw Studios of TV Tan Podcast Studios, Dario Cueto, now known as Cesar Duran, has now entered Major League Wrestling, and he is now part of Azteca Underground because, yeah, that skirts all sorts of copyright laws.
Sure. Okay.
And he's going to be the matchmaker for Major League Wrestling. How this is going to play out, don't know, but
All right.
the Philadelphia faithful were super into this and still remember Lucha Underground. So, good luck, Major League Wrestling. I'm honestly rooting for you on this one. I want to see the violence involved here. We'll be covering that more, but thankfully, with my MBA working at slamwrestling.net,
Another one.
I will get you all the scoops that are going to be had. Now, on to other news. Breaking news here at TV Tan Podcast from the sports desk here. Jeff Hardy has tested positive for COVID-19. And he was going to make a promotional appearance after Raw this week, but the event had to be canceled. So, yeah, it's a good time to be traveling out on the road, folks.
Okay.
And speaking of things to see on TV, the Celebrity Family Feud episode, which features David Arquette and a team of professional wrestlers, taking on Paul Pee Wee Herman Rubens, airs tonight. This is as we're recording live on air this Sunday on ABC.
Oh, well.
Arquette's team features RJ City, independent favorite Dalton Castle. Did you know I interviewed him for SlamWrestling.net? Thankfully, my MBA helped out here. And AEW stars Peter Avalon and Jungle Boy. Yeah. And, on the AEW side, Dr. Britt Baker revealed she broke her right wrist during her match with Nyla Rose on Wednesday's AEW Fighter Fest.
Well, how's she going to scrape tartar?
With the other hand? Assistance? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know how she does it. Maybe she'll just break their jaws and that'll take care of that problem. But let's see. The other big thing here is that let's see. WWE is going to be holding a pay-per-view at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta on January 1st, 2022. Don't know what the pay-per-view is going to be called. It's not Royal Rumble. That usually happens later in January. But finally, let's see. Two other things I'm going to mention here. And there are rumors swirling that Daniel Bryan is going to be part of All Elite Wrestling. And furthering the rumors is that he was pulled from the WWE 2K22 video game. So, yeah, WWE might not be the place to be these days. And then the next thing here, since we were talking about terrible shows, CJ Perry, formerly Lana in the WWE, will be part of the next season of The Surreal Life on VH1 in the fall of this year.
What, they're bringing back the Surreal Life.
Yeah.
And it's not going to Paramount Plus. That's the weirdest part of that story.
Yeah, and of course they mentioned this in the news and rumors section of SlamWrestling.net.
Anybody else?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. Get ready for this. And thankfully, with my MBA working at SlamWrestling.net,
I hope Melissa Merlot's on it.
nope, afraid not. She didn't make the cut here.
Damn it.
You're going to have to drink extra hard when I list these names here.
Okay, I'm ready.
Joining Perry are Dennis Rodman, Stormy Daniels, Manny MUA or Mua,
Okay.
August Alsina,
Don't know.
Tamar Braxton,
Okay.
Kim Coles,
Oh.
and yes, Frankie Muniz.
Holy fuck, Frankie?
Yes.
I thought he could do better than that.
And finally, speaking of I knew better, my column Squared Circle Cinema and Shots is going to be coming out next week, and it will feature the movies of John Hennigan, who you know as Johnny Mundo or Johnny Impact,
All right.
or John Morrison, or lately as he's being called, Johnny Drip Drip.
Okay.
Yeah, go with
Sure.
it. So I focused mostly on the movies of 2017, and they are Sinbad and The War of the Furies.
Wow.
Oh, wait, it's better.
Don't know that one.
Never Leave Alive.
Never Leave Alive?
Yep.
That makes no sense.
And the best one of all, Boone the Bounty Hunter. You just got booned, America.
I'm guessing these
You're
are all direct-to-video releases.
Or streaming on Tubi is how I found most of them.
Tubi. That's where you find a lot of them. Yeah.
Tubi, it's like the thinking man's Pluto.
Yeah. I've also reviewed Tubi, and I said it's probably the closest thing you're ever the current generation is ever going to get to, like wandering the aisles of a Blockbuster Video at 3 a.m.
Yep.
After a few
A few edibles.
After a few edibles, yeah. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. And it is so wonderful. I would say be sure to get those movies called up and put it in your My List. And be sure to have a beverage or two, or don't, because, hey, I'm not your mom. But just know that when you watch those movies, you need to take some hard shots because it's sports.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
No, seriously, you should watch those
Okay,
movies.
all right. Yeah, speaking of terrible movies, I watched that Kate Beckinsale thing, Jolt, on Prime Video.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's
How bad?
it's Crank meets Atomic Blonde meets John Wick, but nowhere near as good as any of them.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, she looks great, and she's kicking all kinds of ass.
Before we go on, are we in Bill's movie corner?
I don't
with
know.
a K?
Maybe.
BMK.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Kate Beckinsale stars as a woman with a rare uncontrollable anger disorder that is controlled by electrical shocks.
Which I'm going, huh?
Yeah, and so she finally lands herself a boyfriend who can put up with that shit, and he promptly gets himself killed. And so now she was out for revenge against the motherfuckers who killed her new boyfriend.
Like you do.
Yeah. And it's actiony. It's action packed, but it's also very cheese dick, very cartoony.
Can I just say that, is this the movie that's going to make you realize Underworld is very thinky? Is this the one?
Yeah, compared to Jolt, yeah, Underworld is fucking Shakespeare.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never thought we'd say those words.
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to see some mindless action, check out Jolt. If you want a comprehensible story, no.
Yeah,
That's not the place for it.
Speaking of which, have you had your edibles lately, America?
Have you had your edibles lately, America?
Oh, that's our title. We're just performance artists, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, but I will tell you it is. I mean, I can't tell you from experience that it's better on edibles. I'm just saying. I'm guessing it would be better if you'd ingested a couple of gummies.
Just a couple.
Just a couple.
You know, just to have a treat.
Yeah, just a little something for dessert.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Again, we're just performance artists.
And yeah, check out also. I have my current content shifter column up at slugmag.com and billfrost.tv, where I reiterate all sorts of shows like, Physical, as we talked about before. Kevin Can F Himself, which I believe the season 1 finale is tonight.
Oh.
I can't imagine what they would do for season 2, but if there is one.
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
going to be the tricky one.
Yeah. But that is tonight. Also, We Are Lady Parts over on Peacock.
Yes.
You should definitely check that out.
Watch that harder.
Very good. It's also very short. So,
And can I throw in there Dr. Death?
I've been hearing a lot about it. I have not gotten into it yet.
It took me a hot minute, but then I realized, holy fuck, Pacey is a killer.
Pacey's a killer, yeah. I think it was somebody else dropped out and he jumped into the role.
And I never thought I'd say those words.
I can't remember who it was who dropped from the role, but
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson took over.
And I never thought I'd say this, but Joshua Jackson is a treasure.
Yeah, so
A killing treasure,
this is
but a treasure.
based on the true story of a doctor who killed and or maimed over 30 of his patients.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or I think it was 40.
Okay, maybe more like that.
Well, if we got on the Slack chat of our murder podcast, we'd probably know this better.
Oh yeah, there at my job there is a podcast channel in Slack. You know what they talk about?
What?
Murder podcasts.
Of course they
That's
do.
the only kind of podcast they talk about in there. Every once in a while, I try to interject something else, and there's like, nope, get the fuck out of here with that. We're only talking murder podcasts here.
Try throwing in Dragon for a for a taste, just
Yeah.
to see how the sharks chum towards that.
Yes, and yeah, I think we've covered everything we need to cover. Other than, yes, we are back after a week off. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. Well, we had to get back into fighting shape because there's a murder escape out in Utah, and
Oh yeah.
it's like very apocalypse now, and there's this thing called Pioneer Day, or
Yeah, that's over with now.
thank God.
They shot off all the fireworks they have.
Yes, hence the wonderful hellscape Mad Max world theme that we have here.
So check out Tommy's shit at slamwrestling.net.
Yes.
My stuff at billfrost.tv. And anything else you want to tell them they should be checking out
Well,
that they maybe missed?
well, it's obvious you're missing our fine sponsors. So, first of all, you need to stop by Outlaw Distillery out in Sandy/Midvale, and you need to pick up that vanilla bean rum amongst their other fine.
It pairs nicely with the cola.
Oh, yes. And I also recommend you reach out to Sugar House Distillery around Sosa area. Mm-hmm. That's South Salt Lake. And I would also say reach out to Ogden's Own Distillery. You can find them.
Obviously in Ogden.
Yeah, but you can find it wherever you can, wherever you need your Five Wives vodka, or your Madame Patarini gin, or your Porter's Fire, or your Porter's Rye, or your Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey.
Or all their travel booze in them cans.
And don't forget the Underground. That's another one.
The OG.
Yes, and of course, if you're still in the Midvale area, because you never leave Midvale, let's be honest, stop by Bohemian Brewery, and we stopped by because we were missing some pallets of beer.
Yeah, Tommy brought us another pallet.
Yeah. They said, here, take this.
Take all this
Fine.
beer. Take all this beer off our hands.
Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And of course, please visit our good friend Ivy in downtown Salt Lake. But no matter where you go, just remember to vaccinate up. Vax up, fuckers.
Vax up, fuck. That's the new state of Utah slogan, by the way. You go to the COVID-19 website. It says "Vax up, fuckers."
Is that our
That's
other
to the-
title?
That's to the point they are now. Their point of exasperation has reached that level.
All right.
Let's just spike those numbers. Let's see what we can do, Utah. Let's see if we can beat the other red states.
Come on. We don't want to be Missouri.
No, we want to beat them. We want to crush those numbers.
wanna-
Let's just drive them higher.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Vax up, fuckers.
Yeah, so that's going to be it. So good night, America.
And jiggle that handle because my freedom's flush.
There's